Right guys, welcome back, new video. This time we've got a Mark 5 Golf GTI. Currently this version's DSG 2-door. Mark 5 Golf probably ain't something I'd usually go for, but this one, when I come across it on Copart, it looked a really clean car. And after doing a bit of digging, it's got low owners, decent miles. So yeah, we went for it. So, as you can see, the obvious damage is that near side front. What I'll do a little walk around of the car and we'll show you it, because majority of these nowadays are usually rusty on the arches, on the sills, around the badges. But when I seen this one, I seen the pictures, it looks spot on, to be fair. So yeah, I'll give you a little walk around of that car. So obviously here's the obvious damage: wing, bumper, headlight. I don't know if it's a bolt on bracket or welded on flitch. Suspension damage, drive shaft, the arms really bent in there. The wheel actually was on the car. When it got come on the low loader, I took it off to try and put the spare on, being a space saver, but it still hit the sill, so we had to put a skate under it to get it in. But if you look here, and this was, I just had a feeling this car had been looked after by somebody when I was doing a bit of digging into it. And as you can see here, we've got new brakes, even new heat shields. Calipers and that look fresh still. There's no rust down the side. It's got R32 wheels, even them are really clean. And I've also got Continental tyres on, new brakes on the rear as well. Just another sign for me that is a decent car. We'll have a quick look inside, I'll open that door all the way. And on the pictures of Copart, I could see the mat had a bit of writing. I had a feeling it said GTI, and them actually genuine GTI mats. Leather seats with hardly any wear on them, to be fair. A little bit of sagging on that one, a little bit, but the car is 18 years old, you know what I mean? As we said before, it's DSG. And then the other thing I've noticed since it's come is the common roof lining sagged, which it just happens to them all, so that's minor. Back seats are mint. If we just have a look in the boot, that is where the other wheel is. I'll get that out in a second. But look, even the spare wheel is brand spanking new, never been used. It's only like that, so I chucked it all in like that. Move around to this side. Same again, it's mint, no damage, no dents, scratches, marks, rust, nothing. What a car, what an example, which makes a change for me to work out from Copart, and I actually praise it for the condition it's actually in. So yeah, really happy with this boy at the minute. We'll open the bonnet. And as you can see under the bonnet, it's got no aftermarket intakes, aftermarket parts. Another suggestion, it ain't being abused. You know, they all get a little bit of abuse, don't they? These GTIs, Golf R's, etc. But this one looks fully stock, in really clean condition. If I just step back a little bit. And there it is, guys. Right guys, let me know what you think of the car so far. Get in the comments. Is it a clean GTI? What's your thoughts? Also, if anybody recognises the car and knows the last owner, can you ask him to give me a reach out to me? Maybe he's got some history, spare key. A car like this, I'd expect to have it, you know, a good pack of history, so it'd be nice to get my hands on that. But what we'll do first, we'll get the jack and we'll just start ripping it apart, getting all the damage off, and we'll move forward. Right, so I'm probably going to start off by getting the bumper off, get the light out, and we'll get the wing off. Just free up a bit of space, plus I don't really want to catch my head on any of these sharp bits. So we'll get them out of the way first, and then we'll start getting the suspension off, because I need to get the car mobile, push it about. So today the aim is basically getting that stripped off and replacing all the damaged suspension. Right, well, I'm under the car, 4-gear little show under here. I was having a look under here for the first time myself. As you can see, for an 18-year-old VW in England, this is pretty clean, man. But yeah, it's going to get all these T25s off all around here, across the front of the bumper, and that bumper will be off. I just found a little bit of damage here where it connects to the wing, to the flitch. Obviously we should be able to knock that back into shape. It's only got to go down, and that's got to go out a little bit. And then the other thing, it's a bit of a kicker really, is that snap from there. That holds the bottom of the headlight, and then the bracket what runs around the outside of the headlight at the bottom. Is there a way to repair that? Maybe. Would you change all that front panel for that bottom little bracket? I'm gonna have a think on that one, see if there's anything I can come up with to try and repair that. Such a shame. Right, damage. There's that bit of damage I just said, which is just behind the wing. You can say that'll be straightening out easy enough, that ain't a problem. The bottom of that slam panel is cracked as well, so I'll have to price one of them up. I don't really want to repair there and there really, it's a bit of a bodge. And then the other bit of damage I found is just here. If you look here, it looks like that's the joiner where that skin meets that skin, because it's actually a sealer line. And I presume it's where the wheel has gone back and pushed it back into itself. So once we've got a sill bent back out here, maybe I'll clamp that and give it a little tug, slide hammer, or I'll just strap it to my caddy and just give it a gentle little tug, pull that back out. If it needs a little bit of weld, we'll do it. If it's just a joint on top of a joint, we'll reseal it. Whatever that needs, we'll find out once it's cleaned up and pulled. And then the drive shaft's obviously killed the joint there, as you can see. Shaft spinning, but the gearbox end isn't. Lower arm's bent, as I've already said. Shocker, you can see the wheels make contact with that, so we're going to replace that. So what I'm going to do now is literally just take all the suspension completely off, shocker down, lower arm off, drive shaft out, and then we'll put it back together like a jigsaw with all the new bits. Always crack that bolt before you start taking all the brakes and that off. Put a wheel bolt in, in case that little stud breaks. Really, probably take that edge, use the wheel bolt. The amount of times I've stripped all the brakes off, needed to take the shaft out, and it's been that tight, you had to put it all back, put some of it back together to then crack that bolt. The one thing about a DSG on the VWs is if you need to change the lower arm, the bolt will hit the gearbox. So basically you have to slacken the subframe, lever the subframe down to allow the bolt to come below it. So yeah, arm's ready to come off. I'll get that tie rod, trap rod end off. And just like that, the suspension's all back on. New drive shaft, new lower arm, new shock, new track rod end, new tie rod, all back together. So what I'm going to do now is put a slave wheel on, and now this car should be mobile and should be able to move on its own. Quick one, if anybody knows to a single R32 wheel in silver, good condition, drop me a DM or an email. Yeah. Right, I've just quickly pulled that section out a little bit and knocked down the sill area. Tay's final place. What I'm going to do is just quickly test fit the new wing, put a couple of bolts in, and then same with the headlight. Being a Mark 5 Golf, the parts have been actually quite cheap to buy, so which is a bit of a bonus. Found a nice clean wing, apart from a little dink here, but it's got painted anyway, so it don't really matter. So let's chuck that on. Right, that's the headlights in. Just had a bit of rain, bit of sun. But as you can see, it's complete, well not complete, but it's more or less back together now. So just a case of getting a bumper, a couple of brackets, side skirt, arch liner and an alloy, and then get that painted. Right, so I basically bought this because the M4 was at the paint shop and we want to try and get another video out rather than leaving it too long. So that was the other reason I bought the Golf GTI. So yeah, this is going to be the end of part one. I was going to try and do it all in one video, but I need more parts. So yeah, that's going to be part one. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, the hype button, whatever you can do to help. And we'll see you next time, hopefully with an M4 video.